now showing at Gallery 625, The Good Earth, Farms and Fields from California to Cape Town, featuring paintings and pen and ink drawings by Margaret Eldred. Drawing on travels abroad and locally, Eldred's work is a visual travelogue and explores farming in all of its phases. She uses a vibrant color palette to represent farming in many cultures and right here in Yolo County. From planting and irrigating to harvesting and processing, Margaret's work is a true celebration of agriculture.
Good afternoon. I'm Margaret Eldred, and welcome to my show, The Good Earth, Farms and Fields from California to Cape Town. And I'm honored to be able to present this, and the show is curated by Gallery 625 and Yolo Arts. And let's go down here. This is sort of where it began. My son volunteered for the Peace Corps and was sent to a rural village in Morocco. And we went to visit him. And look at this picture. This is an orchard in Morocco. And 2 or 3 visitors who've already seen it said, that looks like California. Well, that's what I thought. And it made me interested in doing art about agriculture in California. And Cape Town is another really odd Mediterranean area, just a little bit of time around that. And it has an olive tree and vineyards and mountains behind it too. So it also has that similarity to California. And then this is the picture I did when I got back from Morocco of California olives and, you know, trunks, dry grass, all that kind of stuff is the same. And I was excited and went on from there. One of the things I've learned in doing this project that I've gotten really excited about is that agriculture is not just about growing plants. It's about all sorts of kinds of things. Research. How many people have seen things like this all over the county? And it's a research plot. This, I guess they're doing pollination because it's bees, but I don't know for sure. One of the things that's important to agriculture is irrigation. So I have this picture and one over there too, that I just love the kinds of things they do. And this one is tomato processing. These are tomatoes. This is tomato processing. And the interesting story about this, my title is Goodbye Olam. It's a tomato processing factory in Colusa. And when I took all sorts of pictures to do, you know, to prepare for painting, the factory was full steam, steam coming out all over everything. When I finally finished it, the factory had closed. The Olam had said in their press release that people are eating more fresh tomatoes and not as many processed tomatoes. So that really shows you some of the challenges that farmers and producers face. And here's another one, something that says a little bit about the transportation, which is also a big part of agriculture, is moving the crops from the field to the processing plant. And we are all familiar with this scene in Yolo County, tomatoes spilled on the road in September. I started out in my art doing drawings, pen and ink drawings, and the paintings came second. This is actually a new drawing that I just finished a couple of weeks ago for this show, but it shows you my pen and ink technique. You know, I have sort of very detailed work, really worked on getting, you know, the values, the black and the whites and things like that. So this is an oasis in Morocco, and water comes down the mountains in the spring and floods the oasis, and then the water dries up and they harvest the dates. And not everyone knows this, but we do have dates in California. These are not strictly Mediterranean climates like almost everything else, but they are at the edge of Mediterranean climates. For those who like technical details like I do. And what I have here is a palette of red, blue, and yellow. And I don't mix them. Everything here is either red, blue, or yellow. I mix them with white and nothing else. So to get a green, I have to have blue and yellow next to each other. And it looks like green sometimes. And so that's been really fun. I've liked doing that. that you'll see as the painting progresses. I get to more realistic colors in the middle of my short career. And right now I'm experimenting with colors that aren't actually realistic, but still fun. So in a sense, I'm emphasizing the art more than the things I'm drawing. And I like this because, again, this shows you a little different aspect of date groves. This is springtime, and they're growing plants underneath the trees. This happens to be an almond tree, actually. We were a little bit too late for the bloom, and then the irrigation, where farmers move it over into their own pots when they can. And this is another version of the oasis over there with the date palms you can see ready to harvest. And if you actually see the exhibit in person, I have a picture of the date market where this plot, or that farmer and that farmer, sent their dates. So I feel very lucky to live where I do for a couple of reasons. I live in a town where it takes me 10 minutes to walk to fields, and I can bicycle and see all sorts of kinds of things. That's one of the reasons. And the other reason is that Yolo County supports ag and art. Besides presenting this show, Yolo Arts does art farm visits for artists, and without what they do for artists, I wouldn't have been able to do this picture. I took it on an art farm. I took the photograph for it on an art farm visit to Ochoa Farms about 2 years ago. And look at, no roads. You're just seeing the farm and nothing else. And it's just wonderful being in the middle of the orchard at the right time of year, which is a couple weeks from now for this year. So that's one of the things I like. And they also have the art farm show in November, which is a really nice thing. And there are postcards. If you're actually come to visit, there are postcards for that outside already. And then this is another one. And I love the walnut orchards, and well, I think they're dryers, but I'm not a farmer, so I don't know. And this one might be an art farm visit next year. We're hoping it is, but you can see it's just wonderful. And that's one of the things that I really like living in the county, and where I've really liked the show and working with Yolo Arts. So thanks for listening. I enjoyed it a lot.
The Good Earth exhibit will be on view at Gallery 625 through March 30th.